It's the final week of wrap-up coverage here on the channel, guys. We can't wrap up 2022 without talking about the last book haul of the year, so let's do that now. Hey, what's up, bookworms? Mike back with another book haul, the last book haul of 2022. This is for December, guys. Obviously, it being the Christmas month, there's usually going to be a pretty big list on this thing. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Now, guys, I left my Kindle downstairs, so I don't get to flip it around and act all stupid for you. But I'll just say, like I always do, that digital purchases do count, but I only made one in December because I had lots of other things to use my digital credits on for the month, and it was mostly music based, but we'll get into that to another time. All I did pick up, guys, was the Commonwealth Saga by Peter F. Hamilton, because did talk about these two books here for that list of sci-fi series I want to start after The Expanse, and I definitely think that's one that I'm going to be interested in regardless of where it plays on that. I actually got to go through that video still and compile and see what won that actual discussion there, but that's one I said, hey, the only one I don't have on physical there was those books, so I want to go ahead and pick them up on digital until maybe I can get physical copies. I don't know. I don't even know when I'm going to read that. I got some time before I finish The Expanse, but yeah, that's the only digital purchase that I did make this month. But thankfully, I did make a lot of physical purchases, and I know that's what you guys care about the most. Let's begin with this one. If you guys watched my A Game of Thrones review, you saw it. But every year, you know, we do these ugly sweater things here in the States where we just get the most ridiculous, absurd sweater you can find, and you wear it for Christmas because it's funny. Well, it just kind of turned into like a thing where, like, it don't have to be ugly anymore. Let's just get something that looks Christmassy. It can be really, really cool. And I usually use my Doctor Who sweater every year because, you know, Doctor Who has a Christmas special every year. I always thought that with a nice, you know, Santa hat and the Doctor Who scarf, it's Christmas, right? People in the States don't get that. They don't really understand if they aren't big Doctor Who fans. And honestly, in the States, there isn't nearly as much as there is abroad. So it wasn't really landing anymore. So I thought it was time to go ahead and upgrade. So I got my House Dark Winter is Coming holiday sweater, and I think it's really, really awesome. The only problem with it, guys, is it's such fine quality that I was burning up wearing it to a holiday party because we live in Texas, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be cold at Christmas. So, yes, quality stuff. I would tell you the name of the company, but I already forgot. I honestly, guys, I bought it off a placed ad on Facebook. So there you go. Check it out. It's really, really awesome. So I was really, really happy with that. Next up, guys, they had a big old sale day after Christmas at Barnes & Noble here in the States where they were offering 50% off of their hardcovers. Every single hardcover in the store, 50% off. So I went up there, thought, hey, this is great. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to buy all of those Witcher books that they just released because I want to replace my Witcher collection. I have this really ugly trade paperback video game cover ones, and they've got these beautiful illustrated ones now. Well, problem was the only one they had was Sword of Destiny. So I only got one of them, but I figure I can slowly start to replace that series and kind of upgrade it, if you will. And that will encourage me, guys, to put the time into finishing reading the Witcher series. But yeah, this set by Orbit is beautiful. It's a set that I should have waited on to buy. But at the time, I was like, hey, I've got these Witcher books already. I might as well go ahead and finish that collection. But I'll slowly be working on that. So I got that one. I also picked up the Tao of Driss. Now, if you don't know what this is, guys, it's in every one of the Driss books. Driss, basically, the character basically has like a journal, like during times when they're traveling. He has like a journal, and he'll talk about stuff that's going on in the book, but usually it's almost like, I'll say like deep thoughts and poetry kind of thing. And it sounds ridiculous, but it's actually a really neat idea to have while the groups are traveling. You know, instead of telling me about him traveling over this mountain, going across this lake, he actually spends this time writing his inner thoughts, and a lot of it is like seriously like moral discussions, you know, and I love it. I think it's a great idea. Well, what this is, Tao of Driss, is it's actually just a collection of all of those. A really cool cover, and the neatest thing about this, guys, signed by the man himself. So very, very cool that I was able to get this on that 50% off sale. And yeah, if you have missed it lately, I really, really fell in love with The Legend of Driss. I think Driss is an amazing character, and I think that Guinevere is one of the best animal companions ever. I'm going to have to redo that video one day. But yeah, this is a really, really beautiful collection, and I'm glad that they go ahead and did that. Now, another thing that I needed to get is I said, you know what I'm going to go in there and get? I'm going to go in there and get all of the Vinland Saga ones that I'm missing because I don't have 7 through 12. Well, guess what? They only had 12. They had ones I already had, and they had 12. So I went ahead and got 12. So now I have 1 through 6 and 12. Yeah, you get what you can. But the thing was with that sale is like, hey, yeah, it was a great sale. Barnes & Noble has mostly trade paperbacks when it comes to fantasy and sci-fi and horror. So it was kind of a lost cause for me. So that's all I was able to get there was just those 3, which is fine. Obviously, I wasn't upset with that because the price was just right. Now I realize I've got to work my butt off to get all these Legend of Drizzt, The Witcher and the Vinland Saga ones to kind of complete that collection. But there was more physical stuff I got this month. Mr. Rockio put out a new book. And, I always get those because, guys, if you don't get Rockio books, apparently right when they come out, apparently they're impossible to find afterwards. So pay the money now. Don't put it on your wish list and wait and be like, oh, I'm going to wait, see if I can get it. Because, at first it was like you can't find the first Empire of Silence. You can't find that one on hardcover. Now you can't find like any of them except the new one and the one that came out last year. So it was one of those things where I think that, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it because, I remember it's going to wait on those Robin Hobb, the matching trade paperbacks. And I said, I'm going to go ahead and do it before they're impossible to find. You know what? They're starting to get harder to find. And he also put out The Queen of Mid to Ashes as hardcover release. Now, this was a special edition. They only made 500 of them. Mine is number 396. Let me see if I got I got 396 here. The sad thing about it was that the shipping cost more than the book did. So, I love you, Christopher, and I hope you know that now. So, obviously, that's an author I want to see succeed very well, so I'm going to support him no matter what, and it's beautiful editions, at least. It was one of those things, like, if I was paying that much and I didn't feel like it was worth it, that'd be one thing, but they are absolutely, and I think the guy's covers are just some of the best in the game, man. You can't beat this stuff. So, yeah, I got this to match with the Lesser Devil hardcover now, and this paperback, there's dust jacket's just falling off here. All right, yeah. So I tell you to get these Rockio books as fast as you can. Mine are falling apart right in front of me. Not really. It's just a dust jacket. I take the dust jackets off, guys, when I read them physical because I know my kids will tear the dust jackets, and you don't want that to happen. So, Michael Moorcock. This was the last Elric collection. Elric collection. I was trying to say Eldritch like it was Lovecraft. Elric collection. Now this I thought was the last one in the collection. Apparently this is actually new. But they're doing the same cover format that they did the new collection, volume 1, 2, and 3. But this is actually a new story. I thought this was just, maybe some like short stories and some poems or something that was just like the leftovers because it's very, very thin. But apparently this is a new story that he just put out. But hey, it matches that set. I'm happy to have it. One day I'm going to do the Eldritch Adventure, guys, and it's going to be awesome. And then Brian Lee Durfee will talk to me about them because I know he's very, very excited about Drizzt. Or why do I keep calling it Drizzt? He's very excited about Elric, but he's probably excited about Drizzt too because Brian rules, and I know he likes some Drizzt. I did get one more thing from the Barnes & Noble sale that I forgot about. They also have 50% off games. So I got Harry Potter Trivial Pursuit because I tried to play, I played Lord of the Rings and the Star Wars original trilogy Trivial Pursuit against my family, and I destroyed them. It's not fun at all. It's not fun at all. They cannot... They're messing with powers their mind cannot possibly comprehend when they're messing with me when it comes to Lord of the Rings and Star Wars knowledge. However, Harry Potter, I feel like they can compete. My wife won the first game. I won the second game, but I'm gonna lie to you guys. This is a lot harder than you think it is. A lot of things about like the spells and the potions and stuff that I had no idea, like what kind of feather or string was used to make a wand. I mean, there's some tough stuff in here. It doesn't get as ridiculous as like, hey, who was the second unit director on Prisoner of Azkaban? It doesn't get like that crazy, but it is just about the books, guys. It does have a couple of movie questions about the actor or the actress, what they think about something that's in the book, but it is just the books. There's 1,800 questions, and they are not easy. I'm just going to warn you there. They are not easy, but that was a lot of fun. We did that on New Year's Eve because we are just party animals. Did get some things from some authors that I got to talk about. I already talked about Brian Lee Durfee. He did send me his new book, The Lonesome Crown, and an awesome bookmark to go with it. And, of course, Brian signed it in ink that I can't see unless it's exactly in the light. But you know what? Brian has the coolest signature in the game, right? Because it says bleed. And what's more metal than that? That's why this is heavy metal fantasy, you guys. So Lonesome Crown, Blackest Heart, and Forgetting Moon, it's all out now. You can get them all. You sadly did not get a hardcover release for this book. So if you've been waiting to get the trade paperbacks, you can do that now and have a matching set. And be like me, hold on to your hardcovers and hope that maybe someday Simon & Schuster, Saga Press, will say, you know what, Brian, you've been very, very good to us. We're going to be very good to you. We're going to give you a special edition run of the Lonesome Crown on hardcover, and then people like me will rejoice that they have them all on hardcover. Another author that is, I call a friend of the channel now, is Fonda Lee. She did send me her new book, which I actually thought was a book. Turns out it's a novella, Untethered Sky. I actually thought this was a new book. It is a novella, 150 pages. So I was actually rather surprised about that. This doesn't come out till April. I've got on my schedule, I think, in March to read, and I'll read and review it then before it comes out because, hey, I love to help an author out. And I said after Greenbone, I would read whatever Fonda Lee writes next, and I am going to do that. And then I get a card from an author who sent me a trilogy. It was either last month or the month before. Michael S. I'm sorry, I know I'm going to butcher your name. Schultheis. This is why I never became a teacher. Anyway, he is the author of Altar of My Fate. He sent me that trilogy last month, the month before, but he sent me a nice card, very kind message. I won't relay what it actually said in there, but very, very meaningful stuff. I appreciate everything you said in there so much, Michael. I do appreciate that. He also sent us a nice gift basket of chocolates. And the thing about that is that I think it got delivered late or something, because I got the card first, and then we got the chocolates much later, and they didn't have a tag, and he did let me know it was from him. They were melted like crazy. I do live in Texas, like I said, and somehow I think it just got stuck in a warehouse or something. So they were melted. However, don't fret. Me and my kids were goblins. We still ate all of it. It re-solidifies. It just doesn't look like it did when it came there. But you know what? Hey, we ate it all. It was great. So I can't show it to you because we've already destroyed it. The chocolate covered pretzels were the best. My kids thought that the popcorn was the best part of it. But thank you, Michael. It's really, really awesome. And I'm sorry I butchered your name. So guys, check them out. Check out Alter My Fate trilogy. The covers are slamming. I talked about them a couple book hauls ago. I didn't get anything from publishers this month. Not even from Bain, who loves to send me stuff. Most of the publishers, guys, if you don't know, they close November, December here in the States. So I wouldn't have expected to get anything from them. That's fine. I got enough going on, not a problem at all. And then I did get some stuff from viewers, and we got to talk about that because I got a lot of stuff from viewers. So first up, my buddy over Andrew's Wizardly Reads, Andrew himself, my favorite wizard, well, maybe my second favorite, you'll see why. But hey, I do love me some Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and he sent me Child Thief by Brom. Now, I don't know anything about this author. I heard about him the first time when I talked with Sarah over Sarah Reads. She actually brought up and said she thinks, as a Stephen King fan, that I would like this quite a bit. This is a very, very sexy edition. It's got really great illustrations inside. And the author himself actually was like, messaged me on Instagram after I talked about the book. So seems like a really cool guy. I don't know if this is an older author or if he's been around for a while. I have no idea. Like I say, I'd never heard of him until recently, but I'm very interested just based off of what Sarah said about this book, and of course that awesome looking collection. Andrew, you are too kind, sir. I appreciate you so much. I hope you know that. As much hard time as I give you about stuff, I hope you know it's done out of love. I love you like a brother. Thank you so much. And then of course, Steph, one of my favorite patrons, she saw that I got a book by Brom. She's like, well, have you ever read Slewfoot? And I was like, no. I said, I just learned about Brom. So she said, check your mail in a couple days. It's on the way. And she sent me several things. She sent me a whole gift basket for Christmas. And she said not to worry about it. It's just all of her horror stuff. And I say, I love horror. It's great. So she sent me Slewfoot. She sent me Carmilla. I don't know anything about this one. Not at all. And I just dropped one. Hang on, let me get it. This is my guy Bradbury, The Halloween Tree. I would plan on reading that with my kids, and they just never were really feeling it. And they just didn't get into the Halloween spirit this year. I don't know what happened. And In the House in the Dark of the Woods by Laird Hunt. Not sure what that one is at all. And then she sent me a great Christmas ornament, which I've already packed up with the tree, but thank you so much. And then, of course, I'm a big Seinfeld fan, so of course a Festivus card and a really, really nice letter inside. And then these awesome vintage-looking Stephen King bookmarks. How cool are those? They look like the original hardcover releases. That is so rad. Thank you so much, Steph. You know me so well. I can't wait to use these because that's two of my favorite classic Stephen King covers ever right there. Maybe my two favorite. I know that's my favorite. So, yeah, thank you so much. It's so hard for me to find Stephen King merch out here when it comes to anything outside of like, you know, a Funko Pop. It's really, really weird. Speaking of Funko Pop, I forgot. She also sent me a Skeletor. Last year she sent me a Skeletor for my tree, and now I've got a Skeletor for my shelves. So thank you, Stephanie. You are the best. I do appreciate you. You know what? I've never called you Stephanie. It's really, really weird. I just made it weird, didn't I? I just made it really, really weird. Sorry about that. Medic, my guy Medic, all the way out there in the middle of the islands and the ocean, sent me something really cool because he knows I love some Dune, and he sent me Dune. This is Muad'Dib. This is part 2, book number 2, because I can put the graphic novel release. They're doing one for each book inside of Dune that they do, the 3 parts, and I think that's really, really awesome. I think that the illustrations are really, really rad, and I think that I can convince my kid to read Dune this way, and then eventually he'll want to read the real book. At least that's the hope, because he did watch the movie and he liked it, and he was actually like, well, what happens next? And I'm like, well, you got to either wait for Dune Part 2, or you can always go read the book. So I'm thinking, I tell him, hey, you can find out some of what happens in here, and I think he might come and sneak a peek. So Medic, you remain the most amazing person in the world. I appreciate it. I still consider you BookTube Santa, because he sends stuff to people on our Discord server all the time. He is just the greatest, and I do really, really appreciate it, my friend. Next up, another one of my patrons, and I like to call her my book crush because she sends me such amazing things, and I love her to pieces. She sent me the Bernard Cornwell, the beginning of the Saxon stories. This is Last Kingdom, Uhtred, Son of Uhtred. She sent me the first 3 books, and how awesome are those? These are so beautiful. I don't even care they got a fake sticker. Don't even care. They are so gorgeous, and I love that the spines match, and they match with the Grail Quest ones and the Warlord Chronicle ones that I got. So it's really, really awesome. Now I got to try to find the other, how many books that were? 10 more? 10 more with this exact same spine matching. So that should be a fun little scavenger hunt. And she also knows that I love me some World of Ice and Fire, and she sent me a World of Ice and Fire 16-month calendar. Is it 16 months or is it 12? Oh, it just says 2023. Usually these are 16. 13. Apparently it's 13 months. So I haven't opened it yet because I'm going to take this one up to my office because I got the Tolkien one in my bedroom here, and I'm going to take the George R.R. Martin one up to my office. So I haven't actually looked at the artwork yet, but it looks really, really rad on the outside. I can't wait to do it. Thank you, Rachel. You are the best. I love you to death. You are the best thing to ever come out of Florida in the history of that state. And it's not close. Got one from Matt over on Matt on Books. If you haven't checked out his channel yet, please do so. He sent me volume 3 of Akira and a really, really pleasant note that said he wouldn't even have a channel if it wasn't for me. And that means the world, man. If I'm able to give anyone the confidence to get behind the camera, turn it on and start talking, hey, that's great. I love being that motivation. As far as Akira, I really thought that I was going to read this much later. But after all the pushing and all the sales jobs I've heard about it, I'm thinking I might read this after Vinland Saga. This might be the next one I do after Vinland Saga, because I'm hearing so much about it. And now that I've actually watched the Vinland Saga anime, people think, oh, well, there goes the floodgates. You're going to start watching anime now. I'm like, look, I might watch the Akira movie because I've heard so much about it. But whenever I say things like that, people are like, don't watch that version, watch this version and stuff. I don't know. But Matt, thank you. And I can't wait to see how your channel grows over the course of next year. I think you already passed like 500 subs. You're going to grow really, really quick, and I can't wait to come and talk some Song of Ice and Fire with you sometime in the spring, I think is the plan. Michael over at Fit to Be Read, he sent me a very, very nice card, and he's got his own t-shirts. How cool is that? I don't even have t-shirts yet, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. So this is going to be a nice little workout shirt. You know, if I ever decide to work out, I need to after Christmas. God, who doesn't? But yeah, really, really awesome of you to do this. I loved helping you out on your video. I wish I could make a 4-hour video that's that entertaining as you do. I think that the energy that I put into editing a video, if it takes me longer than 30 minutes, I probably am doing too much on it. I'm pretty sure Michael probably takes about 10 hours to edit a video, but they're awesome. They're really, really awesome. So I'm going to drop him and Matt's links and Andrew's down below. Please check out their channels if you haven't, because they're just great, great human beings. And then what I joked about saying that Andrew's only my second favorite wizard, that's because Jordan is my favorite wizard. Now that's Jordan over at iWizard, one of my patrons, one of my favorite people to talk Song of Ice and Fire with. Just a great all-around human being. I had him on Saturday Night Nights recently, and he's a madman. He is a madman because he sent me the most incredible gift that I think you can actually get on a YouTube channel like this. He sent me a Folio Society edition of A Clash of Kings. This is book number 2 in A Song of Ice and Fire. And if you guys know, these are so stupid expensive, especially after you factor in the shipping costs of the States. But if you haven't seen these Folio Society editions of A Song of Ice and Fire, guys, they are just indescribable. You have to see them in person to understand what is so amazing about them. And I'm sad that I already did my Clash of Kings reread late last year, because I would love to have read through this like I did when I just reread A Game of Thrones with this version. But that doesn't matter. I don't imagine it'll be the last time that I ever read this series, because I've reread it so much. Look, guys, there's even stuff on the inside of the slip sleeve. How incredible is this? God, Foley Society, they're so good, but God, they're so expensive. But Jordan, this is the most amazing thing that I have gotten. I don't know what to say, man. I mean, when he told me he did it, I told him he was crazy. And I love him to death. I love him like a brother. I hate that you live way up north where it's too cold to hang out, but if you're ever down south, man, the first 12 are on me. No doubt at all. So I hope you do make you a road trip. Bring the lady. We could talk some Expanse. That'd be a good time. So all these awesome creators sending me things is just amazing. There's one more. There's one more creator that sent me something. Madison Goodyear, my lead moderator on my Discord, and she's on the House of the Dragon discussion with me. And if you've been on this channel, you know that Madison's like my partner in crime. She sent me this like logbook where you have with a family thing. She sent this for me and my youngest son, where we actually kind of log everything to read. And it has like a little chart in there, like mark how your book made you feel, things like that. He's autistic, and I think this is a great idea because he was getting a giggle. Because we did the first one in here, he read How the Grinch Stole Christmas. We read that together, and he read that it made him feel funny. You know, I guess because he was laughing. She sent me some really awesome bookmarks. You know, I like this one especially because it's huge and it says never tell me the odds. But you know what, this would be really good in a Brandon Sanderson book because it's massive. I think it would fit really, really well. But that's really cool. And then she sent this mug. You guys know I like me some coffee mugs, obviously. And it has like 50 of these little iconic little ideas from movies. You know, and you try to go through and see how many of them you can name. I think me and my oldest son got like 38 of them. And a lot of the ones we missed, we were like, I can't believe I missed that. But yeah, it has the answers on the bottom. They're really, really hard to say. Yeah, but what a wonderful idea. And this is one I don't even know if I want to drink out of because it's just so cool. This is like one I could just put with my DVDs or my Blu-rays. I think that'd be a really neat idea. But Madison, you're the best. Thank you always. I don't know what to say for some of you guys. It's just amazing stuff that you sent me. My kid got me a Merry Sithmas Christmas mug. You know, and I was like, you know what? That's so cool that I think I could have that outside of Christmas. I did get a couple cards, but I got a Christmas card from Gina, a Christmas card from Judy, a Barnes & Noble gift card from Judy, which I did use on that 50% off sale that they had at Barnes & Noble. So thank you, Judy. It's already went to a great cause. And guys, you made it a wonderful Christmas. Thank you so much. I don't know how else to say thank you. I'm speechless. You guys got me speechless this month. It's really, really thoughtful that you take time. I know how busy everyone gets in the holidays, you know, and the fact that you took time to think about me, that's amazing. That's amazing. So you guys are incredible. All you creators are awesome. I know you guys are just going to continue to blow up, and I'm going to do all I can to help you get there because I think you guys put out incredibly entertaining content. Anytime you want me to come on, just say the word. I'll be there in a flash. And anytime you want to chat with me, just let me know, man. We'll make something happen. So Merry Christmas, guys. Happy New Year. All those things. Really, really wonderful 2022. And I'm glad that you guys like book hauls because I like doing them because I love to tell you guys that I love you. And thank you so much for everything. So why don't you drop in the comments, guys. Let me know what you got in December. What did you get for Christmas? What were some of the best things that you got for Christmas? They don't got to be books. Drop down there and let me know, guys. And I will talk to you there.